the question for me, Jayson Tatum, I think he has greatness in him. Is he ever going to be great? Or is he just going to be one of those guys that the seeds are there, I can see him. There's going to be a night or two where it's like, wow, that guy's great. But does he get it? Does he fully understand what he should be doing game to game? Because you watch these games where anytime he's like, I'm going to the basket, he's kind of unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know? And like that's Durant always got to the basket. He would always get to 8 to 10 free throws a game and mix in the other stuff. And Tatum, just some nights, he's like, I don't feel like going to the basket. And those are the games where they look like dog shit.
When he was a rookie, the thing that first struck you about him was that great first step. And a great first step. And there was a precociousness about him there. And then, I just think he's caught up in the current NBA culture. The three,
Yep.
And it's a disease, and everybody has it. I thought he would benefit from the Olympic experience. I was led to believe that there was people around that thought he would really benefit from it and seen the light in some way, in certain ways. And the other thing is, the great X factor on this team from day one was the new coach. Have you ever heard a coach praised so universally outside coming in or before he's coached the game in the league? And I said, I hope he's as good as all that. I hope people don't think he's going to enter the Garden by walking across the Charles River to get to the stadium from Cambridge. But I don't know what influence yet he's going to have. We don't see any positive effect on Smart yet. Tatum has start out 7 for 30. All right, you can have those kind. And last night, he was a big boy last night.
He looked great last night, and I think he took the Hayward thing personally, and it was like he was playing like the Jayson Tatum. I never want to be the guy sitting on the couch telling people you should be playing this way. He's way better at basketball than I ever was in my life. But at the same time, it's so clear when the certain things he should be doing, and that sometimes he just forgets.
Well, I was counting on that Ime Udoka would get to him and get the things we're talking about, because I think we're on the same page with this.
We are.
The skill level is there. The intelligence is there. You just got to put the whole thing together. I call it calibration, Bill. When the great guys with a range of skill have to learn how to calibrate their skills, when to turn certain things on and utilize this as opposed to that, and how to blend with the teammates, which includes the psychological blend, and when to hold back and have the other guy do it, or when it's time for me to do it, which is what Michael had to learn, and it's what LeBron had to learn. No one's amused. They all have to learn it. Bird instinctively knew it, as much as anyone I ever saw from day one.
He was also older. I mean, he was older as a rookie than Tatum is now.
Bird turned 23 in his rookie year, December 7th, 1979. You're right. And these guys come in and they're 5-year veterans at 24, 25.
Right.
So it's a different world in that regard. Exactly. Well, we got, 78 more games to go for him to figure it out. But I do think this team there's a feel in me they're going to be trying our patience or for a while before they figure something out.
Yeah, or maybe this isn't the same team 3 months from now. They have a lot of tradable contracts.
I think
the Tatum thing, though, it reminds me of Pierce was in the same boat for a while, right? In 03, 04, 05, where we're like, this guy's so talented. There's a couple pieces here he doesn't get.
Yeah, he never locked it all until the other guys came. I mean, from that point on, yeah. Once Garnett.
See, I would say the year before when they sucked, the year before they tanked, the 06 year, I actually felt like he figured it out. The team just wasn't good. But remember, he made I think he made third team All NBA he was just like, I was like, oh, he gets it now. He understands how to give the ball away. That was what, year 7 for him?
Here's your Celtic quiz then. Okay, Bill Simmons. What number rank is he in the all-time list of great Celtics?
Oh my God. I mean, he's not on the A list team, but he's on the B list, right? He's in that kind of Sharman, Heinsohn, Parrish, DJ, McHale list.
We all know who the Mount Rushmore is.
Yeah.
All right. The next cluster for me is McHale, Cowens, and him.
And he's third out of those 3.
Okay. Well, all right. I mean,
isn't he?
But I believe he belongs in that cluster.
He does. I agree. But you know better than anyone. Cowens is one of the lost great guys in the history of the league.
I am hopelessly, prejudiced in favor of Dave Cowens, and of course. So I love Dave Cowens.
My dad, same thing. My dad will go to his grave defending Dave Cowens and him going to war with Kareem, who was 8 inches taller than him.
Absolutely. And Lanier. And when you look back, I did a column once, number of years ago. Go back to I think it's 71, 72, 70, 71. Look at the names of the centers in basketball, both leagues. Real old-fashioned centers, old-fashioned Al McGuire aircraft carriers. And what a world that was that is gone. It is truly like before the meteorites hit and the dinosaurs died 65 million years ago. There was some kind of meteorite hit the NBA, and those centers don't exist anymore. But take a look at what the world was like in those days. And Cowens was right there with all of them at 6'8.5".
So give people your Mount Rushmore, just so for people who would know this off top of the head for the Celtics.
And the order too. The order is Russell 1 and Bird 2 and Havlicek 3 and Kuzi 4 and then we draw a line and then we start arguing.
Right. And then I have Cowens, then McHale, I think. I can't remember where I had, but it's close.
I'll go McHale.
Now I got to look. Maybe I had McHale, but they were right near each other.
And I know I probably, but I'll tell you what, you can make a case for Pierce. You can make it. And you know what I say, and I'm sure you're aware, and I've taken a lot of flack for this, he's the greatest individual scorer and the greatest pure scorer in Celtic history. Nobody could put the ball in the basket more reliably in different ways than him. Unlike Larry, who did need a little help, certain guys could guard him, at least to the point where he needed a pick. Never for Paul Pierce. He could get that shot off, much like Curry. He can get the shot off anytime he wanted, ever, always. He could go to the basket, don't foul him, he'll make 80-some%. He's the greatest finisher in a break that he ever had, I think. And he could shoot threes as well. And
incredibly durable, really good defensive player. Went against some awesome ones, and also probably born 10 years too soon, because if you put him in the 2010s as like a stretch 4, he would have been devastating.
And he's one of the 2 guys of that recent era that I think were throwback players from the 50s, where I said they could bamboozle away under the free throw line, half a dozen times a game. The other one being Manu Ginobili. I think those 2 guys you could place them in close your eyes and put them back in the Syracuse Gnats against the Fort Wayne Pistons as much as any 2 players have played in the game the last 15 years.
I feel that way about Facundo Campazzo, too. I feel like you could have put him in any era. That's a fun list of what players could have fit in during every decade of the NBA. I do feel like Pierce easily could have played in like 1957.
Absolutely. He would. Oh, I got one for you. We talked about Dantley earlier, and you talked about the Dantleys. And during the course of my research, which I came across, I looked up Dolph Schayes again, and I always knew that he had made more free throws than field goals, and thought he was singular. We have in our midst someone else. Who is that?
That has made more free throws or taken?
Made
more free throws. Isn't it Harden?
It is. He's made well over 100 more free throws than field goals. I thought that he would be the closest thing to Schayes, but wouldn't even be close. Instead, no. He's like 150 more or so. How's that?
Well,
game.
Just one of the things you taught me, to look at free throws and who's getting to the line, because especially when it gets playoff time, sometimes it comes down to that. Giannis is another one. Giannis gets to the free throw line. Durant was always getting to the free throw line, at every point in his career. And I'm always going to like those guys a little bit more, because there's going to be these moments, you're in an imposing building, 6 minutes left, nothing's going right, where that was always when Bird was at his best. Like, I don't have it tonight, I'm getting to the line.
When they beat Milwaukee in that series in '87, and they came from behind the fourth quarter, Larry just got himself. He said to Paul Pressey, I had enough of this crap. I'm posting you up and I'm going to the line.